Hello guys, Merry Christmas and welcome to my newest Middlegame Madness series. In this video I would like to talk about a very famous and popular topic. It's called the candidate moves. In the last session we were talking about the position evaluation, and after that probably this is the most important thing that you have to know and you have to practice. And what are the candidate moves? If I would like to explain, probably it will be easier if I show. But if I have to explain, it's something that if there is a given position, you should select 3, 4, or even 5 moves as a candidates. And after that, when you have these moves, you start to calculate with all of them after each other. And after that, if you calculate well and your candidate was good enough, you can make the best decision. Let's see how does it see in the practice. This game that I played against the FIDE Master in 2018, I was with the white pieces. d4, d5. It started to be a Jobava London system, but it became French defense. e4, knight f6, bishop g5, d takes e pawn, knight takes e pawn, bishop e7, bishop f6, bishop f6, knight f3, castle, and c3. Don't look at me wrong. I wasn't a big Tauri player at the time, so I wasn't sure about the best continuation for white. So I tried to play it normally. Like I tried to play some logical move. I give some defense to my center pawn in d4 and preparing the bishop to develop to d3 because of course it was under attack, so I couldn't play bishop d3 yet. But now I could. b6 happened in the game, which is a bit weird move. I think, in my opinion, I'm not a French expert, but in my opinion it's a bit slow. So probably I would try to find something quicker in black's option, but he decided to go for that one. Bishop d3, and of course black didn't want to play bishop b7, he wanted to play bishop a6. So he wanted to exchange my good bishop to his bad one, which is of course a typical bad bishop in the French defense, the c8 bishop. And now if he managed to exchange to my d3 bishop, that would be a great deal for him. And now we arrive to a position where I had to think and where I have to make a hard decision. Let's start from the beginning. I'm not pretty sure, but I think Lasker said if you see a good move, just look for a better one. And it sounds funny, but that's very, very true. Because if you see a good move and if you don't calculate with another moves, so basically you don't think in candidates, then you can overlook a better option very easily. So that's why you have to think in candidates moves. And how can you make the candidate? It's very simple. If you saw my previous session about the position evaluation, now we make it more simple. First you have to decide where you are strong at, where you want to play, and what's going to be your strategy, what's going to be your plan. And if you have a plan, the second thing when you want to find the right candidates is just find moves that serves your plan and forget everything else which doesn't serve your plan. So if you have a plan, that all you have to do is try to find moves that serve your plan, choose 3 or 4 or even 5. Most of the time I choose 3 and start to calculate with all of them, and after that you can choose the best one. So here I think I want to play on the king side. I want to play against the opponent's king because it's a bit vulnerable in my opinion. So I want to you know, I want to leave my pieces on the king side. I want to attack there. So that was my plan. I'm not sure how can I improve my my attack yet, but that's more than enough for right now. So if I want to attack the opponent's king, I will need my bishop on d3 for sure. So that's the strategy, that's the plan. I think it's super simple, but good enough to make you understand the place of the candidates. So after that, I was thinking that how could I save my bishop, or what could I do? Of course, I was thinking about bishop c2. For example, in this case, I can keep my bishop, but to be honest, I didn't like that. Now this bishop here on a6 is pretty well. I cannot castle to the short side. It's a must that I have to go to the long side, which is probably not that bad, but it's very committing. And if it's not going to be good enough to castle to the long side, then my king will stuck in the center. So never mind. That was my first candidate move. After that, of course, if you want to choose candidates, exchanging a piece, it has to be always a candidate. So of course, taking the bishop is also a very natural move. That could be another candidate. So we have two now. And I was thinking about castling. Like, you know, in the opening you have to occupy the center with the pawns, developing with the minor pieces, then castle with your king. So I can finish my opening with castling. That could be another candidate move. And the last one is taking the f6, because it's also an exchange, so I have to think about that. So now we have four candidates. We have bishop c2, we have castle, we have bishop a6, and we have knight f3. Okay, so we were talking about the bishop c2. I didn't want to jump like that, sorry for that, but we were talking about that. Let's see what happens if I take this bishop here. I'm not I'm not supporting my own plan with this move, but you know, with this one we can get some easy tempi in the opening, so it has to be a candidate, because why not? Black has to take it back, queen e2, for example, developing with the tempi, knight b8 is an only move, and of course white is slightly better. We have the center, we have some space advantage. Black has some problems with the development, so this position is probably good enough. Okay, should I go for that, or should we see something stronger? Of course we have to see something stronger, because you know, maybe there is something better. So we go to the next candidate move. What about castling? Castle. Okay, he has to take the bishop, we take the bishop, and probably it's kind of the same like the previous version. We have some development advantage, we have some space advantage, we have the center, so this position is more than good, but maybe there will be something better. There is one important thing that I have to note. In a given position, most of the time there are usually more than just one good move. So it's like if you have to find a good move, and if you have to make a decision, you do not have to be afraid to not finding the best solution, because probably there is not such a thing that best. It's like choosing from two different or three different good continuation. It's really about the personal playing style. So for example, if somebody would like to castle in this position and get into this position, there is nothing wrong with that. White has a slightly advantage, and it's totally fine, but I wanted to find something better. So it's like there would be nothing bad with that, but if your playing style is a bit different, then maybe you will find and continue in a different way. And after that I started to calculate with knight f6, and I decided to go for that one because I like that the most. Of course he is not going to take it back with the g pawn, he had to take it back with the queen. And the key move why I took the f6 was bishop e4. Now the a8 in the corner is hanging, so c6 is basically an only move. And now I had the option to develop with tempi, queen c2. Now the h7 is hanging for check. So, you know, if you can develop with tempi, with a threat, it's always great because you get some time. Now he had to decide that he would like to go for g6 or h6. I'm not really sure which would be better. If you play h6, probably it seems more natural, but maybe later I can do some pawn storm on the king side, like g4, h4, g5, something like that. I'm not pretty sure about that, but in the future I could do that. He played g6, another move, another developing move with the tempi, knight e5, and let me tell you something. If you find a move that helps your plan or prevents the opponent's plan, is great. But the best moves that are helps your plan and prevents the opponent's plan. So now I develop with the tempi with knight e5, the c6 is hanging, it's a threat, it's a developing move, and at the same time I'm preventing the knight d7 developing move. So now black will be in trouble because the knight on b6 has no future and he cannot connect his rooks. So probably if you ask the engine, that the continuation what I played is objectively better than the previous lines that were the, if you remember, the bishop a6 or the castling. But I repeat myself, there is nothing wrong if you go for the other ones, because in a given position most of the time there are more than just one good move. So here we are, we get back until here, c6 is hanging, my opponent played bishop b7, and it's the same thing once again that we were talking about. Here white has many candidate moves. What are the most natural one? Castle to the short side, castle to the long side. When I give this position to my students, their ideas are really, share. Like some of them would like to castle to the short, some of them would like to castle to the long, and some of them would play what I did in the game. And all of these three moves are great, and there is nothing wrong with them. For example, if you castle to the short side, some of my students said that rook e1 followed by f4 would be an amazing plan. White has a huge space advantage, all of our pieces are playing, we have the center, we have everything. White is clearly better, that's for sure. So that's one candidate. Let's see the long side castle. Some of my students would prefer that one because they say that after that rook d3 could arrive. After rook d3 we could play rook f3 or rook g3, rook h3, depends on the situation, or maybe rook e1, and in this case we activate all of our pieces. Once again, white is clearly better, great. I decided to go something else. I wanted to improve the position of my pieces right away, and I decided to use the worst piece principle, which topic I will cover in my next sessions. It's very easy, but great. It's like you have to find your worst piece. And try to improve his position. And castling to the short, castling to the long, both activate one of the rooks, but I wanted to do something faster. And of course I have to activate my rooks because all of my other pieces have a great place. So now I played h4, and I would like to destroy the opponent's king side. Of course, I repeat once again, there is nothing wrong with the castle or long side castle. It's really about the personal preferences. It's really about the playing style. H5, my opponent played, and now I can of course castle to the long side once again, since we made some weakness on the king side, and after that we could, destroy the opponent's king side with a g4 or something like that. But I wanted to do something faster. I played rook h3. And now the black king is in a huge trouble. How can you know that your attack will be successful? Most of the time, if you have more attacking pieces around the opponent's king than he has defending pieces, then your attack most of the time will be successful. So now we have one attacking piece, 2, 3, even 4, and he has only one piece around his king, which could give some protection. Basically, the game is lost. Doesn't matter what does he play. Rook f3, rook g3 will arrive, and we sacrifice something on g6 or even f7, and we will checkmate the opponent's king. King h7 he played. He wanted to give some protection to the g6 pawn, but it's already too late. Rook f3, queen h4, and now you can choose from the winning moves. I went to the most simple one. What I can notice here, once again, if you have a winning position, you have to keep your focus on, because it's very easy to ruin your winning position. So when you get a position like that, when you feel that you are going to win, at that time you have to focus the most. You have to calculate everything precisely and try to be stable. Otherwise, the win can easily fly away from your hands. So, of course, maybe this is not the best example, because now we have many winning moves. But I wanted to go for the easiest one, and it's also a good practical idea. If you have a winning position, just try to find the easiest win. Don't overcomplicate it, because maybe you overlook something and the table can turn. So just try to go for the easiest possible way. Bishop g6. Of course, it's untouchable, because if he takes, we take with the queen check, and in the next move, rook f8 will arrive with a checkmate. So he had to play king h6, bishop f7. Now queen g6 is going to be a checkmate, queen h1, king d2, queen g2, and rook f6. And my FIDE master opponent decided to give up, because king g6 or king g5 could meet with rook g6 in the worst case scenario, and we take the queen, but I'm pretty sure there will be also a checkmate. So what we have learned today, if you are not sure about, well, no, actually no, all the time, if the position is a bit complicated, and we are in the middle game, or we have to make a decision, always try to find candidate moves. Just try to understand where you are strong at, where you want to play, and your candidate has to serve your plan. It's easy like that. If your candidate doesn't serve your plan, it shouldn't be a candidate. Have at least 3, 4, 5, as many as you wish candidates that serves your plan, and after that, step by step, start to calculate with all of them, and start and try to find the best continuation, or the continuation that that you prefer, because I said that in a given position, most of the time there is not only one good move, probably there are 2 or even 3, and the continuation is really depends on your personal preferences and about your playing style. And in the upcoming sessions, we will talk about a very important topic. It's called the worst piece principle, and that's a very easy principle and rule to apply. So even the beginners can use it, and with great success. And also even the grandmasters use this principle, and we will continue from here in the Middlegame Madness. Thanks for watching. Bye.